Have you ever met a celebrity but acted like you didn't know them? I was working night shifts at a 24-hour diner in Chicago when my sister called to tell me our father had been in a serious accident. He was in the ICU in Seattle, and the doctors weren't sure if he'd make it through the week. I hadn't spoken to him in 3 years, not since our explosive fight when I came out. The last words he said to me were that he didn't have a daughter anymore. I stood in the break room, staring at my phone, completely numb. I needed to go, but I was barely making rent as it was. My manager refused to give me the time off, saying I'd lose my job if I left. I couldn't afford a plane ticket anyway, and I definitely couldn't afford to be unemployed. That night, around 2 a.m., the diner was empty except for one booth in the corner. A woman in a baseball cap and oversized hoodie sat alone, absently stirring her coffee while staring at her phone. When I brought her order, I realized it was Taylor Swift, not current Taylor. This was 2012 Taylor, right after her Red album dropped. I almost dropped the plates. My sister and I used to blast her music in our shared bedroom whenever our parents fought. All Too Well had gotten me through some of my darkest nights after being disowned. But I didn't say anything. She clearly wanted privacy, and I respected that. I just served her food, refilled her coffee, and gave her space. When she asked for the check, I hesitated before writing on the back, "Your music helped me and my sister survive our parents' fights. Thank you." I didn't expect anything. I just wanted her to know she mattered to someone. When I came back, she was gone, but there was an envelope on the table. Inside was a note. "Family is complicated. I hope you find peace with yours." And underneath, a check for $5,000. I stood there shaking, tears streaming down my face. My coworker asked what was wrong, but I couldn't speak. I called my sister immediately, and we both broke down crying. I booked a flight for the next morning. When I arrived at the hospital, my father was conscious but weak. The moment he saw me, his face crumpled. "I didn't think you'd come," he whispered. "I almost couldn't," I admitted. We sat in silence for a while before he reached for my hand. "I was wrong," he said, his voice breaking. "I was so wrong, son." We talked for hours, really talked, for the first time in years. He told me he'd been trying to find the courage to call me for months. The accident had made him realize how much time he'd wasted on pride. My father survived. We're rebuilding slowly. It's not perfect, but it's something I never thought I'd have again. I never told anyone about Taylor, but every time All Too Well comes on, I remember that night, how a stranger's kindness gave me back my family when I thought it was lost forever.